All right, all right, all right. Good morning, family. How's everybody this nice early morning? As for me, I'm okay. I've had my herbal treatment. I had to get up early because I was waiting on Walmart to come. So I've been calling my girls and nobody's answering this morning because I can't fit nothing else in my freezer or my refrigerator freezer. I can't get nothing else in there. Now I gotta figure out where I'm gonna put these bags. I ordered. That's one thing with Walmart sometimes. What they show you and what you get sometimes is different. Like these greens, I ordered three small bags of greens. I'm sitting up here with some economy size bags of greens. I'm not gonna eat all them greens. One bag is enough. One bag is more than enough. So I'm trying to get the girls to come over here and each one of them take. I don't even know if they cook greens like that. But I might get on Marketplace and see if anybody wants some greens. I would ask my neighbor and stuff, but I don't even deal with them like that. Not after Easter, we had uh, uh, everybody came down from Compton for Easter because Easter is my holiday. So everybody try to make it down here or whatever. I don't expect them this Easter because Amber gonna be done had the baby, and I know she not coming. So Brandon may stay there with her grandbaby or what have you or stuff. And it's understood. It's all good. But anyway, the Easter when they came down here, um, we was partying. We was just doing our little thing or whatever. And Luella brought her this big monster speaker she had. I didn't realize it was as loud as it was because I had came in the house to do something. So I was in here for a minute. Well, when I go back outside or whatever, my brother-in-law come up beside the house and tell me, hey, the police is out here and they got Boogie and Putty hemmed up, right? Who called the police? And the police told me because when I worked for the city, I knew all of the police and stuff because they used to come out to the buses or come up to the yard, fill their cars up with gasoline or whatever and stuff. So some of them still remember me. So it was a whole bunch of them. It was like 5 cars, 5 or 6 cars. Had the whole corner street lit up. And this is like 10:30, 11 o'clock at night. So I asked him, I said, hey, I said, who called? I said, somebody called you guys? He said, yeah, your neighbor did. Pointed right at his ass because everybody know everybody, especially on my street. A lot of these people like the De La Cerdas, and that's who it was. It was one of his older sons. It's about 3 of them families live on this street because I live next door to the father. And then he got a whole bunch of kids and a whole bunch of grandkids. His granddaughter owns a house that I'm in. So, and then he got a son that lives 2 doors over from him and on down the street. He got family all over. And then next door to me on the right is the Finleys. And Mr. Finley used to be a truant officer. So everybody know who he is and the people on this corner, everybody know who everybody is. So when the police told me, he pointed right at him. He said, yeah, him. He called the police on you. He called and made a complaint about your music. I said he could have came and knocked on the door and did that. So, the police clear up everything, get my grandkids, and because they were sitting out there smoking a pen or whatever. Putty, I ain't gonna put it on Putty yet. I know if Boogie was out there with him, he was smoking too. So they were out there smoking on the pen, and when the police walked up to the car, Putty had the pen was on his lap, on his leg. So he pulled them out or whatever, and he went on to say that they weren't of age to be sitting out there smoking in the first place. Now, about my street that I live on, it's a lot of gang activity on the other end. Up here where I live at, on this end where I live at, it ain't nothing. These people been here 50, 60 years. They kids and kids is in the homes and stuff now. some of them rent them out. Like I'm in the granddaughter's house, and it stayed empty for like 8 years because they didn't were particular about who they wanted living next door to their dad. Well, everybody is cool and stuff. It's just the uh, the daughter-in-law, the son that worked for the school district, he had a stroke or whatever, and I think he has dementia now or whatever. But anyway, him and her moved in to the dad's house because the dad is up in age and he needed help. So she moved in. She takes care of both of them. But I don't like her ways. She has some ways that I'm not too particular. I don't like people like that. If you gonna do something or whatever it's three of us over here. Don't single nobody out. If you gonna do something for somebody over here, you do something for everybody. Don't just come over here marching your ass over here with one plate. No, we don't do that here. So I don't care for her too much. I'm too old to be back in prison. I don't have time for that. So anyway, the police went on to tell me that this man called the police or whatever. Whatever. We come back in, so my sister-in-law and them and everybody is like, he's a cold piece. Why would he do that? Okay, he could have came and knocked on the door. We neighbors. And say, hey, Elena, can you turn your music down a little bit? It's a Sunday. It was a holiday, though. But it fell on a Sunday. People had been partying that Saturday and stuff. Well, I knew my family was coming down Sunday. Was going to be down there for Sunday. Excuse me. So long story short, let's say about a month ago, the same one that called the police on me came and knocked on my door. We had a blackout over here. Everybody's lights was out. Everything went off. And he came and knocked on my door and said, hey, no, how you doing? And none of that. Are your lights off? I said, are yours? Well, yeah. I said, just like you marched your ass down here and knocked on my door to ask me about some punk ass lights, you could have did that when you Easter, when you called the police on my grandbabies and had my grandbabies sitting out there on the curb. That same thing, he just turned around on his heels and walked off. I don't say nothing to his fat ass. I don't like people like that. Don't do that. We're neighbors. You know what I mean? Because if I got a problem with you, I'm going to come and knock on the door. Hey, Miss De La Sorta, can you ask them to turn their music down a little bit when they do their thing or whatever? I don't have nothing to say because everybody, we have to live here. And different people, you celebrate. I don't do nothing much in my house because I stay to myself. My kids live way on the other side of town. I don't have a car right now. So I can't get around and do around and stuff. So I order everything to come to the house. I'm waiting on 2 packages now. I order everything to come to the house. So I don't get out and go nowhere. And the kids, when I do something, is Easter and Christmas. That's when it's a bunch of cars out in front of my house and kids running all up and down the street and playing in the yard and stuff. Those are my babies. And when they come, that's when I do my thing and cook. I have a jumper in the backyard and all kind of stuff going on. So I don't really be out and about and doing and having people in and out of my house. I don't do that because I don't have no friends out here. Just a couple of people that I know and one lady that I would consider a friend or whatever. But other than that, I don't have nobody coming to my house and stuff. But anyway, people are people. And they going to be how they be. My neighbors were cordial or what have you because I have to live here. I've been here since 2014. And I've never had no problem. That was the only issue that I had with them. And, I've experienced a lot in my life, and I've gotten to a point to where if it don't fit, I'm not gonna force it. You know, if me and you don't really see eye to eye, or you cut your eyes at me, or you look at me or talk sideways to me or whatever, I get it, and I'm not mad. You don't have to deal with me because I don't have to deal with you. And when I see you, I can walk all in your mouth like you're not even there. But I try not to be that kind of person today. I try to always keep God in my heart and live right and treat others the way that I want to be treated. And if I see that you're not going to treat me the same way, we don't have to be, I don't have to deal with you. I go out, I see my neighbor and stuff every now and then. I don't say nothing to her because we've had a couple of run-ins or whatever, and I'm not going to speak on it or whatever, but I had to let her know a couple of things or whatever, and so she'll understand where I'm coming from. And she understood because I ain't had no more problems out of her. But other than that, everybody else, I see Mr. De La Serta, I call him Mr. D. Every now and then he comes out there taking him to his doctor's appointments, and I speak to him or whatever. But I don't know, I just thought I would just share that with y'all. But anywho, let's see. I'll be back. I'm going to pause this for a minute. This is part 1. We'll do a part 2 in a minute. I'll come back and do my little routine or what have you, okay?